this video, I'm going to show you the 3 ways of tapping in to your core vibration so that you attract in a much easier way than ever before. I'm going to show you the 3 best ways to do that and the things to look out for so that you don't have blocks come into your life. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you those 3 ways of making it so that you tap into your core vibration so that you attract things easier than ever. Now, at the fundamental basis of the law of attraction, what it really comes down to is our vibration. Our vibration is what attracts to us anything that is in resonance to it, and many times that vibration will include certain patterns from past and prior experience that will then have it to where those are part of something that we experience. So in life, we get a reflection of what we believe to be true, but we also get a reflection of what we are in resonance with. So what quantum physics also shows us is that everything we experience in our life is vibration. That's what things are. They're things vibrating at different frequencies. And the key to this is understanding vibrational resonance in a completely new way. So what I thought I'd do today is bring out this handy dandy board. Kind of reminds me of Blue's Clues back in the day, if you guys remember that show, the handy dandy notebook. But this is my notebook. So the first thing I want to do is I want to explain to you how our energy works and how blocks come into our life. So sometimes people will look at certain things they want to create in their life. They'll look at wanting to create a relationship in their life, and they're focusing on the relationship, but they're like, why am I not getting results? Or what they'll do is they'll look at, maybe they want to attract more money into their life, and they're focused on money, but they still find they're not attracting more money into their life. But if the vibrational resonance of them is of a lack of money, or is some type of pattern that they've bought into, even subconsciously from in the past, they continue to create that pattern over and over again. Now here's the truth about your vibration. You, at your core, are unconditional love and bliss. That is who you are. When you are brought down into lower emotions, it's due to some type of interrupt in your pattern. Now let me explain it like this. Imagine that this right here is our body and this right here is our energy field. So this is our energy field. You can kind of see the stick person right there. Now what happens is there's an energy field. You can call this a toroidal field that goes around the body, that in it is all an accumulation of thoughts we've been thinking, emotions we've been having, and just the flow of energy. Now at our core, this flow of energy that is going around our body, around this little stick figure, is that of unconditional love and bliss at our core frequency. Now what happens is anytime there is a time in the past when something happened and out of this flow of energy, which our natural state is unconditional love and bliss, something happened that caused a disrupt in our pattern. So it was a disruption to where something happened, and then we decided that this is who I am, or this is a belief that I have now. So what could have this pattern been? This pattern could have been you were sitting at a family dinner when you were younger, and someone told you to be quiet. Kids are meant to be seen and not heard. In that moment, you felt out of alignment with this natural flow of energy. So what you may have done is you may have had this energy pattern disrupted within you to where then what happens is you go around and you think that you're not worthy or that people don't want to hear what you have to say because kids are meant to be heard and not seen. And even though you're an adult now, you still have that pattern within you because it hasn't been dealt with. It is subconsciously there. So what happens is over time, we build up many of these patterns. It may be a relationship that you're in with somebody and they say something to you that makes you feel less than good. Or in a moment, you decide, this is who I am. I'm somebody that's not worthy. And then that pattern disruption is something that you internalize and you think that that's who you are. In a way, this energy field is unconditional love and bliss. It's a very high vibrational state. It's a very high vibration. It gets muddled up with these things that then get inside of our heart center. And we say, this is who I am. And then what happens is in this toroidal field that's going around our body, this is what the Heart Math Institute has shown, there's this energy field going around our body. It will continue to perpetuate similar thoughts, emotions, and actions in our energy field. And there's a certain lingering as well in our energy field. So if you find that you have a lot of negative emotion, it could be just momentum that's been built up. And that momentum is causing you to continue to feel that, because it's almost like you have to switch the momentum and you have to trust the process, because then it'll eventually run itself out. Now, on the other side of that, you can create very powerful momentum. So the key to this is, first off, just understanding that your natural vibration is that of unconditional love, of unconditional bliss. It's just that it gets tapered off with things that happen, and the way that we relate to the circumstances is we interpret it a certain way, and therefore the way we relate to it is less than who we really are. So we go through life then with these pattern disruptions inside of our heart that are constantly attracting to us things that show us how we are and how we are relating to other things in our life. So this is like the diagram part of that. This is what I wanted to explain before I even get into the 3 ways to tap into our core vibration, because it shows who we really are. You know, when we think of enlightenment, when we think of higher states of consciousness, we think of people that have achieved something. All they did was remove these blockages. All they did was remove these little veils around our heart that we've accumulated through our life or through their life. They've let go of it, and they've allowed this stream of energy to flow through. We call that enlightenment. We call those the sages, the saints. Those are people that have simply let go of these patterns that have been acquired through life experience. Now, here's the good thing. You can do the same thing. And that's what I'm going to teach you in today's video. Now, the first one I want to talk about has to do with something I talked about many times before, but it is one of the most underrated things. It's one of the most cliche things you will hear, but it is simply following your passion. Now, why is this? This energy flowing through you will always give you signs as to if you're in alignment with it. Now, the signs are, what are you excited about? What are you passionate about doing? Because anytime you are doing something you are passionate about, it doesn't require a lot of energy expenditure. Now, in a way, we all have an unlimited amount of energy. And what happens is we drain our energy anytime we get caught up in the mind. We drain our energy anytime we think we have to be different than we naturally are. We drain our energy when we are caring what people think. We drain our energy when we're watching the media and talking about negative things. We drain our energy anytime we hear someone vent to us. These are things that energy deplete us. And the truth is our vibration is naturally high. But anytime we are not doing something that we're either passionate about, we're not doing something that's actually through the alignment with who we really are, or even seeing people, we could say through the eyes of Source, we are draining our energy. So what is the key to this process? The fastest way for you to achieve and you to get to your core vibration is from you following your passion. Because when you follow your passion, you are in alignment with the quickest route to you actually achieving your dreams. You are in the quickest route to you realizing yourself and to you doing what you are meant to be doing. When I get up every day and I make videos, I get into a flow state. So this is my body's translation that is telling me, hey, this is what you are passionate about. And when you start to do that, it leads to more and more and more. Now you may say, I don't know my passion. And that's okay. First off, what you can do is you can start to set the intention that you do find your passion. Set the intention you do find out what that is. Because as you set that intention, you start to look for those patterns. You start to find those patterns, and that will lead you to it. And you can start off small. What is the most exciting thing you can do today? This doesn't have to be like, what is my passion for life in general? It's me traveling the world and doing this. It can just be started off subtle. Right now, I feel like going for a walk. I feel like going to take a bath, reading a book. Those are little things that then add up, because the more you buy into that, the more you create this momentum of that flow going around you. So following your passion is the first step to this whole process. And it's one of the quickest ways for you to really attract what you want faster than ever. The reason I think that my brand, what I'm doing, has grown so quickly is because it's so in alignment with what I love to do. And I'm able to put easy 12 hours a day into it because I love it and it doesn't feel like work. Somebody asked me the other day on Instagram, you guys haven't followed me already on Instagram, I do Q&As there a lot. What I also do is I post daily content there. And in this question somebody asked, they said, what do you think about the law of least effort versus working hard? And what I said is, for me, working hard is the path of least effort because I love what I do, and working hard is all perceptual. If you love what you do, it doesn't feel like work. So it depends on your perception of work. And what I encourage you to do is to start to develop a definition that includes passion. Now, what is the second way for you to tap into your core vibration? This has to do with knowing that anytime this pattern comes up, what is the pattern? It's anytime a negative emotion comes up that is from a past experience. It's anytime a negative emotion comes up in general, it's most likely from a past experience, something that's happened in the past where we decided this is who I am, this is the way things are, and we're just unaware of it. How do you become aware of this? You must simply observe the thought. Observe the thought. Observe the emotion. Just observe it. That's all you have to do, because when you observe it, you move from the thinking mind into the observation mind. And this is where the power is. This is where many people are caught up in. They're caught up in their mind. They're caught up in their reaction mode. There's always these two perspectives. When I changed my life the most, or when my life was changed the most, let's say that, was when I learned to observe my thoughts, because I was originally trying to control my thoughts. That's when I learned meditation. So I got to control my thoughts, cause resistance. Anything you resist persists. Anything you resist grows. I was growing that resistance in my body. I was growing this thoughts of control, and it was causing this negative emotion. I simply observed my thoughts and I allowed them to be there. They then went away. Now, the reason this is so powerful is because in the light of awareness, you realize that you don't have to identify with it anymore. So say you ask yourself this question: what would I have to believe is true to be experiencing this negative emotion? Maybe you're out and you feel negative emotion at a party because there's a lot of people around and you feel this anxiety. What would I have to believe is true to be feeling this anxiety? I'd have to believe that what these people think really, really matters. Maybe I'm putting all these people on a pedestal. Maybe at that dinner table when I was younger, I felt like I was meant to be seen and not heard, so now I'm afraid to talk out. So as those thoughts come up, as I can't express myself, what these person think, all of these thoughts, you just observe them. And then instead of reacting, you are observing them, and you start to take your power back. So then what happens is the energy is still flowing through you, but instead of it getting muddled up because of the thought process, because of what happened in the past, you observe it, and it will still flow through. And then over time, that momentum will go away, and then you'll have this natural high vibration that is flowing through your body. That is how you let go of any past trauma, of any negative emotion, is you observe it, you allow it to be there, and then you let it go. Letting go. Observe, let it be, let it go. That's all it is. It's so simple that many people discount it. But it is the truth, and it is the path to what people say enlightenment is. It is the path to more of yourself, and it is the path to your true vibration. Because when you're in your true vibration, you can manifest anything you want in your life. And sometimes, and many times, even more than you can imagine, because you're connected to this core. Now, the third part of what I want to share with you that you can tap into this vibration is through your heart. And it's kind of like this. Your heart is open when you are void of all of these disruptions and all of these things happening. The main way that you get through this process is by not closing your heart. It's by leaving your heart open. Now, we close our heart, though, anytime something happens, we're around somebody that we have a negative thought about, negative emotions about, we then start to close ourselves in. But if instead we just stayed open, we were open to the experience, we were observing it, we would keep this energy flow going. Now, what the Heart Math Institute has shown is that the electromagnetic energy of the heart, they've shown that it is 5,000, up to 5,000 times more powerful than that of the head, electromagnetically. And it is over 100,000 times more powerful so it's over 100,000 times more powerful electromagnetically and 5,000 times magnetically more powerful than the brain. If we sink from our head into our heart, we immediately start to embody more of our true energy. So the key is to start having more heart-centered consciousness. To even right now, as you're here right now, put your hands over your heart. The more you put your awareness in your heart, the more you grow that electromagnetic energy around your heart. So the key is to put the attention here a couple times throughout the day. And when you start coming from the head, if you start getting angry at someone, it's coming from a disruption in the energy pattern. Observe it. Let it be there. It doesn't have to be you. That's probably there. That anger is probably there from a past experience, and it is a teacher showing you this disruption so that you can let it go. So everything I'm sharing with you right now are all ways that you can tap into your core vibration and knowing that you are so much more than you can even imagine. But in order to tap into it, you have to let go of those thoughts you have. You have to observe them. You have to become aware of them. Understand that you are naturally unconditional love and bliss. Anytime we feel less than that, it's because we're holding ourselves to a certain label that doesn't serve us. We're holding ourselves to a certain memory, and we're recreating that in our mind. And the key is to observe it and let it go. We are high vibration. That is who we are. And if we want to attract anything into our life, the more we tap into our core vibration, the more we experience anything we want. Now, passion, connecting to your passion, one of the quickest routes to you tapping into your core vibration. Now, letting go is the process of reconditioning ourselves, letting go of past experiences, understanding that anytime something happened, we had a disruption in our energy pattern, and we can begin to let those go. And then thirdly, of course, open your heart. The quickest way through this whole process is passion, and then also letting go of the head thoughts and getting and sinking into our heart space. This alone has transformed my manifestation results. I used to be all about the head, taking action. Now I've merged taking action with that of my heart, and things happen easier than ever. So I encourage you to try the same. You are powerful. You are unconditional love. And all you have to do is tap into your core vibration using these 3 powerful ways. Now, something else I'm going to be doing is more live Q&As on Instagram. So if you haven't followed me already on Instagram, like I mentioned earlier, I'll go ahead and link it right here. And other than that, as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you think of this kind of style. I know it's a little bit different with the little mini diagram that I made. Let me know if you like this, and if so, maybe I'll do more. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.